Every semester, we ask this group of wonderful people to come back, and every semester they say yes. So it's pretty awesome to have them here, and I will have them all introduce themselves, but definitely give them a warm welcome for being here because we really do appreciate you coming semester after semester.
Because I work at Valley, it's very small and it's very rural, and quite honestly, it's very conservative. So the first bit of advice I would give you is to know your audience, if you will. Know that, like I say, we are very conservative, so you may be Socrates, reincarnate, but guys, don't wear your earrings to our interviews. Cover up your tattoos. Dress conservatively. But I may ask you, tell me about the best lesson you ever taught, or one that you are particularly proud of, and then you can elaborate.
I would recommend that you know your climate that you're coming out into. This is a challenging time. There are jobs out there, so you need to know there are jobs there, but it's a very competitive field. Know how to sell yourself the best. It's really going to come up to how you do in interviews, how you function at job fairs. Get to job fairs. Get in front of as many people who are doing the hiring as possible. So absolutely go to your job fair here.
If you're great, we will try to find you a place. So when you come to a job fair or an interview, be sure to bring your resume and a copy at least, if not your official transcripts. Because for people like me, if you're awesome in theater and I only have like a .4, I'm going to try to find out what else you're qualified to do for me to get you to a 1.0 in my school.
It's getting better. It's not great, but it's on the upswing. I truly do believe in about 3 to 4 years, we may go back to a situation where we're going to have maybe on the verge of a shortage. But it's going to be a while. So what you have to know is that it's going to take a while. You're going to have to take some risks and some chances. Most studies show that people want to go work in a district that they grew up in, or that within 50 miles of where they actually live. You may have to go farther than that. This is kind of one of those times where you're willing to go searching for the job.
You know this is what you want to do. So student teaching now, just knowing how important what you're doing is right now. So things like in your student teaching, when you're in those buildings, how important it is for you to really, really prepare every day. When you start teaching those lessons, to make sure that you are prepared every day. And you spent great time preparing your lesson, asking questions. So when you teach those lessons, you're trying to do as good as you can. And we're looking for in interviews, we're looking for preparing for an interview. You need to prepare for an interview just like you would to prepare well for a lesson. In other words, you've got to practice, I believe you've got to practice the interview. And I know that the college has maybe situations where you can do different departments. If they ask about your philosophy, have you really thought about what your philosophy is? Because if they say, what's your teaching philosophy, and you just freeze up because you have no idea, maybe try to form one and practice that. So when they ask you,
I would remind you that you got to do your research. You've spent 4 or 5 years getting to this point. Now it's a full-time job to get that job. You really have to put the time and energy into it. Doing the applications now, do it now while you've got the time, and then when it comes time for the job postings to come out, and I echo what Todd says, stay positive. There are jobs out there. You just have to find them. You have to be the right match.
You have to come with a personality that's going to connect with kids. Because if you don't, it doesn't matter how much you know. It doesn't matter what kind of skills you have. It doesn't matter what kind of contact you have. If you can't connect with kids, if you can't get your knowledge across to them in a meaningful way where they want to learn, then you're always on. You don't know who's going to get you a job. You don't know who you're going to connect with. In the grocery store, I've run into teachers, waiting tables.
When you do your resume, and I speak just for myself, please put your license and stuff at the top. You don't have to dig around and see what you're endorsed in. I know you're applying for a math job, but you might be a social studies teacher. Just kind of.
So we remember the people we talked to. Todd and I talked to a young man in Chicago 2 years ago. Same job fair. We both talked to the same guy. He came out to ski that spring. We both talked to him and took him to schools. And
Make sure that your resume is clear and that your application is complete online. I know last year I hired a social studies teacher and I had 54 applications online. If the applications were incomplete, I didn't give them a second thought.
So that, make sure you spell check. Laugh, but I mean, principal spelled A-L, not L-E. You know, the other part of it is that please, I know you're mass producing and I know you get them mixed up and stuff like that, but don't hand a resume and a cover letter to me saying I'd really like to work in Adam 12.
You can. You can do that to him.
Well, if you look to me,
Please show up dressed professionally. Please show up ahead of time.
And on a grander scale, you know, the schools talk to each other, the HR people of other districts talk to each other. If we think you're great and we can't place you, I can call Jack. Hey, we found this great person. You know, same goes the opposite way. Oh my gosh, this guy showed up in his pajamas and his slippers and drinking a beer, you know.
there are two types of interviews. You're going to have an interview at a job fair where primarily screening. We're looking to maybe talk to 100 people, hopefully to get 25 people that you really want to talk to further. So a lot of these job fairs are typically, there could be a half-hour full interview, or they could be what we call meet and greet. You're going to see a lot of meet and greets. And the downside of meet and greets is they're very short. The upside of the meet and greet is that it's very short. Which means that,
so I'll give you a hint. One of the questions, you can write this one down. Tell us about yourself and your experiences as it relates to this position. We're looking for you to start vetting some of those in. You start to know you hit a next level when you don't see the classroom management question, but you can incorporate that into one of your other answers. So when you don't see the technology question or the differentiation question. One of the things I would tell you, and I don't know, it's been a long time since UNC, do not bring your portfolios to the interview. Or at least ask if they would like to see your portfolios. Definitely not at the job fairs unless, I take that back, unless you're an art teacher. If you're an art teacher, you almost have to carry around a portfolio. At the building, I would tell you 80 to 90% of the principals don't want to see your portfolio.
One of the things I want to see on a resume too is when I'm looking at resumes, I would like to see for sure the school that you did your student teaching on at, and also the instructor that you worked with and their contact information. Because if I don't see that on the resume, for me that raises a red flag. Did it not go very well? Are you not including that stuff on there on purpose? Because frankly, sometimes if it's a fairly competitive position and you have a lot of...
What you need to know, and it's not necessarily your site, it's your friends that have tagged you in other photos and stuff like that. You need to start cleaning those up. You need to get yourself a professional email. Some of the email addresses will bounce you out. You need a professional ringback tone.
And if at all possible, on letters of references, if you can get cell numbers or home numbers. So many times I'm doing things on the weekend and their school number is frustrating when I have to call it several times. Again,
What's the consensus on length of resume? I've heard nice is better, but then I've also heard
2 pages or less.
Two or less.
and back's okay, right?
Yeah.
No pictures.
I drive around with the resumes in the car. I'm dead serious. You just never know when that resume is going to help you out. If maybe you're a school. Some people tell you don't drop off a resume to the schools. Principals say, you know, hey, they're too busy and stuff like that. As a former principal, drop them off. Nice. I think all of us would tell you we're looking for great teachers that happen to be able to do something else, not good coaches that happen to be able to teach.
But there's some people out there that just have that way of making the students know that you really care about them and about their learning and about who they are.
A key question in all of the schools will be for you to be able to explain the teaching and learning cycle.
And my best advice to you is relax. I know you guys are nervous. I know you guys really want a job and stuff like that. But just gather yourself. Calm down. Sometimes calm down. Relaxing music. Take some deep breaths. Listen to the question that's asked. Think about the question before you answer.